Hello. Good evening, good morning. Gonna get started in a little moment. Just waking up, or I guess decompressing after a long day. Definitely feeling EP, the tiredness. I feel it. But we want to do some comic. And I want to try and sort out my schedule so that I can actually do the comic a little bit more. But anyway, we could probably jump to the drawing screen. And I can switch my loop deck to the drawing presets. Makes my job so much easier having those drawing presets available. Now, last we left off, we had just finished this line work, which I was relatively not frustrated with, but took a while. And it didn't necessarily feel 100% about. Now, I do feel like I want to add a little bit more, like, to the background, but I don't think I need to yet. Maybe for some of the later pages I will be adding some more to the background. Currently, don't feel like it. And it probably doesn't need it for when we fill in the color. Just trying to think of what else needs to be added before we move on to filling in color. Because it can be fixed, but when there's color in, it's harder to fix. A hat's on, just holding up Ratchet. Everything seems good. Seems workable. Don't know how I feel about the neck. Like, cause by, like, proportion, that's where a neck leads. I think it's okay. I think it will be okay. Thought I'd go with something a little bit jazzier for tonight's stream. Still lo-fi, but slightly jazzier lo-fi. I think it works. Okay, it's gonna be a lot of high detail stuff, so we're gonna have to be in zoom a lot of the time. Suits me down to the ground, but like, you know, it is a bit of a faff too. She has gloves on, so we actually don't need to do too much. It always feels weird because those are those are the same colors, but it seems so much darker because the background doesn't have any like shade to it yet. And that's the thing about color theory that people don't seem to get. When you see those videos about color theory and like, oh, how weird color theory is, they never like point out that it's because you don't have like a dark background, or it's, you know, it's a different color background to how it usually, or to the color that you are altering. People are just like, oh, it's weird. It's just weird and mystical, and there's no explanation for it. There is an explanation for it. It's because the environment is different, and therefore the color is different. It's very simple, but it is sometimes very hard to, like, comprehend, to be fair. I had a day off work today as well, and I used it as an opportunity to write the comic. Write the entire summary for Volume 1, so I have basically everything written down, broadly speaking, which I'm really happy about because, holy shit, there's a lot. And now it's all finally, like, written down and in a place. That feels very bright. But it is her color, so the lavender. Yeah, just need to fill in the rest of the colors and it'll start to feel a little bit more normal. But it's also been a while since I've drawn on this, which again always feels weird to say. Because I've not been actively neglecting the comic. However, it feels like I have. Hence why I'm talking about shifting my schedule and adding more comic time. Because one of the benefits of having written so much new stuff, along with it, actually getting stuff done on the comic, it does reignite my excitement for the comic. And so now I need to, I feel the need to work on the comic. Glove. Because it's like, how much of this stuff with Armella is this specific brown color? And it's like a fair amount of it is, but it's just getting things right. And I think the belt is the belt? I don't know, maybe. I may even need to jump back very quickly just to check. We don't see her hips, basically. Yeah, we don't. So she could have a weapon. Have a second weapon on her belt. I mean, maybe. Oh, is it? Hold on. So that's the wrong color. Oh dear. That's fine. That's fine. I'll make a note of that and fix it later. Then this is all the same color as Ratchet's hair. This I would actually make yellow. Or gold. Get nice and close. Bada bing, bada boom. Seems very... Oh. Bada bing, bada boom. And of course we've got to do that bit where we fill in all the colors. Which I neither care nor hate. Care for nor hate. It's a pain in the ass, but it's got to be done. So we go. There was... We won't have seen that flower for a while. Yeah, there we go. And what actual colors do I need to fill in? Nothing. Cool, cool. Other than the eyes, but I kind of got to do that later. Everything else, this is trees, and then it'll be minute color fill. Actually, going to use this. Straight up just used the wrong button. As if this is my first time using Clip Studio. Just completely forgot. Just grabbing. Yeah, that'll do. And now for the colors that I missed. Just a lot of messy lines in this one as well. Just a little meh. Hey, Giggles! Hello, 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 hello. How you doing? How has your weekend been? You're okay? Your belly hurts. Oh, damn, I'm sorry to hear that. That must suck. Why does it hurt? If I may ask, of course. Man, the color fill did not do a great job. I mean, it's fine, but like, holy crap. It's not good. Holding in all that humility, I suppose. Probably. Hey, Cryo, how you doing? How are you doing? I hope your belly doesn't hurt. Probably the cheese. Ooh, or cheese, right. That tracks. Because you got that bad poops when you eat lactose, right? I hope you're not getting the bad poops, Cryo. I mean the bad stomach from the cheese. Cause what? Giggles. Did you have your trip to Melbourne? As you can't reply here because not in voice chat. Okay, K-Ro. You got that weak constitution. Seems so. Got that intolerance to the cheese, to the ches. And I'll have none of that in this chat. But the cheese just tastes so good, yeah. I bet. I'm eating noisily. Nice. The best way to eat. Except not, because I have misophonia, so I freaking hate the sound of chewing. Even my own chewing, really. If it's loud stuff, then damn. Nightmare. Hey, Zombie Slayer! Choo choo choo, no! Not yet, I'm booking your flights right now. Oh, good. Well, I hope you have a good time. I hope you get some good flights. I hope you get some nice cheap flights. That's my wish for you. Yeah, because I'm currently, like, looking right now. It's not too bad. Flights right now, not too bad. That is good. 420, pretty good. Blaze it. I'm unintentionally a bit of a loud eater. That happens. It's totally okay. Like, you know, people chew as how they chew, you know? I can't hear it though, so I don't know I'm doing it. It's usually only bad when your nose is blocked. That totally makes sense. That's completely fine. Like, I can definitely respect that. 420 round trip, yeah. So dinner scenes are awful for you. Sometimes, yeah. It depends. It really does depend. If it's people I know, I don't mind as much. But if it's egregious chewing, then that bothers me a little bit. Just because, yeah, I have that sensitive hearing. And, you know, it happens. Hey, you'll be so high. Yeah, so high. I hate planes, though. You're already nervous. I'm sure it'll be okay. It shouldn't be that long of a flight either, really. Should be a decently short flight for you. If I remember correctly, it's like an hour 40 or something like that. I literally make nom 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 noises. Well, that's okay. Thank God you're muted, then cry. Yeah. An hour 10 minutes. Yeah, that's not bad at all. For those of you who don't know, I have just booked my tickets to Melbourne. No, I've just booked my tickets to Japan. So my flights to Japan. And that's not to brag or anything, Giggles, or not to undermine your long trip, but that's pretty long. Statistically, one of the safest, if not the safest ways to travel. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Hold on. Let me just fix something. Not fix something, but switch something. Because it's telling me slow mode is... okay. Hoping to have your new laptop by then, and you can spend it writing your book. That would be amazing. That's a really good use of your time. Excellent. Yeah, Japan. It's happening. Imagine stealing my thunder. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit of stealing your thunder. You know, your trip is an hour and 10 minutes long. That's pretty long. However, it's not 22 hours long. And I stick to Melbourne, pretty far from Australia, right? So I'm joking. I'm not that awful with geography. Yeah. And like, to be fair, a lot of the flights in Australia are pretty decent, which I do appreciate. Because I've flown to Melbourne and then I've also flown to Canberra a few times at this point. Those flights are really, like, really, really good because they're not egregiously long. So I'm getting very pumped for, yeah, a really long flight. It means I'll get a lot of drawing done. It also mean that I'll get a lot of, like, writing for the comic done as well. So it's a really good opportunity for me to, like, buckle down and make sure I have everything I need written. Um, when are you Japanning? I'm leaving on the 27th of October. So just, pretty much just after, not like just after, but pretty close after PAX. And then I get there on the 28th. And then I'm going to be in Tokyo for that week. I will leave Tokyo after Halloween. So I'm going to do Halloween in Shibuya, which I'm really keen for. Have you ever driven for 36 hours? Not 36 hours. I've driven for 12 hours straight, and that's tough. But not 36. 36 hours is pretty tough. And without, like, company, that sucks. Plane stream? No. No, I'm not streaming from the plane. There will be no Grey Mass streams during my time in Japan, just because I don't want to have to deal with that faff. But there will be content of a sort. Oh fuck yeah. Well, move over, you son of a bitch. No jet streams now. Yeah, Gigs will do a Melbourne stream. That must be some consolation at some, like, surely. Yeah, there won't be any Greymo stuff, but Giggles has committed to streaming every single day that I'm gone, so that works out, right? That works out. It's a nice compromise, right? Because that's nice and, diplomatic. Diplomatic? No. It's a nice fill-in, you know? I won't be streaming over the 3 weeks, but Giggles will be doing every day. Every day for the next 3 weeks in November. It'll be a Giggle Miss Subathon. All giggles all the time. Really nice that Giggles agreed to do this, of course, you know. Very good of Giggles. Please don't make promises my social battery can't cache. Of course not. I would never actually, like, I'm not like, Giggles is committed to doing a stream every single day I'm gone. That's too much. I'm only gone for 3 weeks, but even then, that's like a lot of time. Like, even the amount of streaming I've been doing, I don't think I have the social battery for a stream every single day for 3 weeks. That's so much. But it is... Ah, shit. Wrong layer. But it is a funny joke. To be. The moose. Gramoose. But I'm going to be doing, like... My goal is that, like, I'm going to take a lot of trains and visit a lot of, like, the less... Not the less explored stuff, but, like, a little bit less of the touristy stuff in Japan. I want to do more of the, more of the cultural and heritage kind of historical stuff, because I got a big love for that stuff. And then also, like, the yokai, which I've talked about on Discord. Like, I want to learn a lot more about yokai, which are the Japanese, like, spirits and things like that. So I'll be going to places that are more kind of focused around that. as well, which I'm very keen for. I will do some touristy stuff, but like, it's not going to be quite so tourist focused, like, or tourism focused to a certain degree. Because there are some things that are touristy that I just, like, I hate the sound of purely because it sounds crowded. Like, super crowded, and I'm not about that. That's not my life. That's not my existence. The mouse is looking to get cursed a little bit. But, like, out of curiosity, I want to learn. I also love the depictions of spirits and curses and stuff in Japanese folklore, so I would be keen to learn more about that purely from a research perspective, like for the comic as well, because that's also a big part of it too. Is that anywhere I can get just a little bit of like knowledge and research in for this stuff, the better. That being said, it is also still a holiday, so I am actually doing it to go on holiday too. So yeah. And of course, getting souvenirs. Leave only footprints, take only malevolent spirits. Exactly. Found this finger in a box. Gonna eat it. Gonna have a munch on it. I'm sure it will be fine. Yeah. But yeah, and also because next year, yeah, I've been making that reference. I've made that reference a few times, and I love it. I think it's funny just to like, with no context, be like, I found this finger. I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna put it in my mouth. But like, cause next year I probably won't travel. I may travel, but like, it's still up in the air. But my idea is that next year I might focus on the store a little bit more. So I thought this year I might do a lot more stuff for myself, including a holiday to Japan. So yeah, getting in what I want to get in before going like hardcore on the on the grey mouse stuff. Because I'd actually love to do a convention like as grey mouse. And I don't mean like PAX, I mean like I actually do like an artist's alley. Oh, did you start and I just didn't notice? I guess so. Hello, Loki. How you doing? Hope you're doing okay. Hope you're doing well. Just talking about Japan currently. And my trip. My trip at the end of the year. So it won't be for ages, but even so, I want to talk about it. Because I'm excited. I also realized that, as per, just like the backpack, I haven't drawn Armella's glasses arms. Can't sleep, so here I am for a bit anyway. That's cool. It's really happy to have you. I'll admit, I've not been sleeping well either. It's probably the cold. It always makes it kind of hard for me to sleep. And I've always had really bad insomnia, so like, I'm not escaping that struggle to sleep anyhow. It'll come up really quickly. Yeah, exactly. It's why I'm planning now, at the very least, as well. So today I went out. I had the day off work today. Today I went out and I picked up a power, like just a battery, essentially, for my phone, for all my stuff, for my tablet and things like that. Apparently it has 5 full charges in it, which is really good. So it's a really, really, not chunky, but it's a good big power bank. So I picked that up. I also picked up a journal, which I'll be filling with my itinerary for Japan, and filling out for my itinerary for Japan. And I'm very excited because, like, also I've got many friends who have been to Japan. Giggles, you know Snow. Snow went to Japan recently. So I'll have Snow and Nev, who have recommendations for me. Also, I have plenty of work colleagues who have tons of recommendations for me. So I'm going to book go-karting in Shibuya, but it's like go-karting the streets of Shibuya, which I'm very keen for. Because I love go-karting. It's a little secret you don't know about old Grey Mouse. I freaking love go-karting. It's one of my genuinely now has become one of my favorite activities. It's like I don't do it very often, but I'm like, yeah, if I get to go-karting, I'm fucking psyched. Which is such a like, so dumb but also funny. And maybe finally pick up a copy of Steins Gate while you're there. Well, yeah, exactly. That's another big reason why I'm going, because I actually get to get stuff that doesn't have location lock on it, because you actually can't get copies of Steins Gate in Australia. Um, which made it even harder for me to watch it, even without me being stupid about it. It's like it was so fucking hard to even find Steins Gate. And by the time I could find someone who could tell me where I could find Steins Gate, it turns out we don't have distribution rights to it. So I couldn't get it anyway. You've never go-karted gigs? Ah, we gotta change that. You, me, we'll go go-karting. Once we finish Borderlands, we'll go go-karting. I'm not like, and I would say I'm not necessarily a good go-karter, but I enjoy it a lot. I like the feeling, the rush of zooming fast and being in relatively no danger. Go-karting would be fun. Yeah, defo. Like through the streets of Japan, absolutely. That's got to be a bucket list item, right? Go-karting stream. Hey, that'd be cool. We go to a kid's like birthday party place. We just beat all the kids in a go-kart race. I'd do that. That'd be down. Just smash them in go-karting. Kick their little nerd asses. Wait, I can fill this in, can't I? Just as is. Hell yeah. That's not a good... Oh wait, no. I was like, that's not a good line. That's actually kind of fine. It's line work, so of course it's fine. This is pretty much all... Yeah, just fill it all in. I would put something in the background, but I'm not going to pull up my references book for today, just because my desk that I keep my reference camera on is filthy. I haven't cleaned it. It's just got garbage on it. It's got like my Japan stuff on it and a bunch of reference books. So I gotta just clear it. Ooh, it does. The one thing that's cool is that it has a Deep Rock Galactic mug. And I don't mean like, a normal little ceramic mug. I mean, oh, I got a raid. Hold on. Hello, the Witherling. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me give a quick shout out. Oh, there you go. Thank you so much, Loki. I really appreciate it. Hello, how you all doing? Oh, thank you, Heathen Father. Thank you, Crafty Little Rascal, for the follows. I really appreciate it. How you all doing? What were you playing? What were you doing? Are you an artist too? Wither raid. Welcome all. For those of you who don't know who I am Grey Mouse Inc. I am an Australian illustrator currently working on a comic, We be arting. Hey, cool. What were you drawing? What were you working on? Reminds you got 2 new Evangelion art books arriving Tuesday. Ooh, cool. Very, very cool. It's been a while since I've ordered stuff online. So I missed it. Just a PNG tuber commission. Oh, that's cool. That's super cool. Oh, how's it going? Do you normally do PNG tuber commissions? Thank you so much, Joe Plays Games, for the follow. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the games you play. Yes, so for those of you wow, I just went into like a complete ramble and lost my train of thought immediately. So for those of you who don't know who I am, I work on a fantasy comic known as Ratchet and the Beanstalk Brigade. It is a story based on a D&D campaign that never had a conclusion, and it basically follows the exploits of a goblin named Ratchet, who forms a team of other goblins and steals gold from giants using beanstalks. Here and there, we usually draw gross meat thing. That's cool. That's cool. It's nice to have like a go-to thing to draw. So gross meat thing, very, very cool. I want live 3D mouse avatar. Maybe one day. I feel like when the need arises for it, then hell yeah, let's do it. But until then, we shall see. I feel like if I got like a 3D avatar, it would be like real. I would make it real weird. Ooh, we got a gross meat thing. Okay. Hell yeah. All right. Give me a moment. Let me fill in the shadow and let's draw a gross meat thing. So I'm going to need a little bit of inspiration. The Withering. What kind of gross meat things do you normally draw? So I can draw some inspiration from from your usual go-tos. Let me just use I have a specific kind of, yeah, there we go. A drafting brush, which I use quite a lot. And it's got got a nice bit of tapering on the opacity, which I really like for drafting. Got a picture of your bot. Ooh. Hold on, let me just check something before, I would say I'd let you post what's the word I'm looking for? Link, but I just quickly will check if my auto mod blocks that. Let me check. It's been a while. Do I gotta permit? Nope, I don't gotta permit. Okay, I think you can just post a link. Yes. Go ahead. Nope. Whoops. Hold on, let me fix that. Let me fix that. Because, let's be honest, it's fine. Yeah, DM it to Loki and Loki'll send it through to me while we do it. Because honestly, there it is. So I've allowed links and stuff. Let me just reload so it works. You can post links in chat now. Hopefully, I got my fingers crossed. I got my fingers crossed, and there we go. Thank you so much, The Withering. Oh, that's cute. I love that. I'm immediately enamored with it. I really like this. Is it okay if I show it on stream? Let me put something in the background so that people can see it. See the comic while we chat, of course. Hey, excellent. Let us jump very quickly to the poster art screen. Screen. Sorry, I don't do words good. Everybody who doesn't know me. Meatbot. It's really cute. I really like this. It's such a charming design. There's so much character. Like, I'm really, like, immediately enamored. His words are okay. My words are, possible. Exactly. I don't do words good, but sometimes I do words okay. You know? So this is Meat Thing, Meatbot. It's super cute.
There's
I
not.
love it. Oh no! Someone has redeemed bot while I'm talking, trying to do an, a checkout of this beautiful meat creature. Thank you so much, the Withering, for sharing this beautiful image with us. Let me quickly jump back to this previous screen we're at. I love seeing people's art, so I definitely have to include links. There we go. Hello, it is I, Mort. Now let us draw our meat thing, which could be anything. But it is probably going to be less gross than I originally thought. Which is very good, because I didn't want to draw something disturbing. Now, I'm thinking, because we have Mort, I'm drawing a T-bone steak. Like from Madagascar. There we go. That's a type of meat. Oh, I'm free. I'm free! That's a type of meat, so... And it's got, like, the bone in it, right? So... Gonna do... I might actually also make this pen smaller, just because, holy crap, this is... A big... a big brush size, that's the word I'm looking for. And I'm gonna make this the eye. That's a tooth, guys, don't worry. Rhino steaks. Ooh. Hell yeah. I'm not a big steak person, I'll admit, but I do like, when it's a big juicy steak, love it. Big fan. This, like, the head shape definitely reminds me of, like, a Psychonauts character. Because they go weird as fuck. Like, their head shape is wild. And I love it. Love it for that. Just fantastic. And I'm gonna do that. Little arms. There we go. Gonna give him the Itadori, like, ankle gap. And then big boots. It's my favorite, like, character design. And it all started because of Jujutsu Kaisen. It's that little, like, ankle gap that Itadori has between his pants and his shoes. Something about that, I just like it as a design. I've been enjoying the 93% lean ground beef I've been eating recently. Ooh, that's nice. Look at that little guy. Yeah, he's a little dude. Little meat guy. Looks alright. He turned out okay. Not as horrifying as I originally had envisioned, which is excellent, because anytime we can kind of avoid a horrifying image, the better. Give him a big monobrow, because it is a T-bone steak. So, it's just my brain going back to Madagascar, where it was just a literal T. It gives him a nice monobrow, so it kind of works. But yeah, like, the original thing I had in mind was, like, a horrific, like, meat, like, wall with a bunch of, like, screaming faces in it and stuff. Which is pretty horrible. Not very, like, whimsical. So, maybe worth, like, missing. Worth avoiding, you know what I'm saying? Like this, you know. Don't worry, you might see a few of these in the comic eventually. So, we'll get around to them. We'll get around to the freaky meat faces and stuff eventually. Gotta, lead people into a false sense of security with the cute little goblin and the sweet little, like, goblin-like antics, and then we do the horrifying meat faces. Little, like, paint frog face. Very, very cute. I've never seen, oh jeez, I've never seen a frog avatar that I did not like, or a frog emote that I did not like. First the cute, then the body horror. Exactly. Hey, yeah, we got freaky meat in the comic, little bit, you know, give or take. We don't see any, this is only chapter 3, so we gotta warm up before we get to the freaky meat stuff. You know what I'm saying? Such a horrifying thing to be like very open and honest about. Yes, we have some horrifying stuff planned, but not immediately, you know what I'm saying? And I'll have to tell Moni you thought her emote is cute and not stinky. I think, here's the thing about Moni. I think her emotes are good. There, I said it. I think her emotes are fine. I think Moni's a bitch. That's not okay. That's not fair. I love Moni. She's the best. But no but, sorry, that makes it sound disingenuous. I adore Moni Stera. She's one of my favorite streamers. She deserves all the success she gets, of course. And I do love her emotes, especially her frog emotes. Don't clip it. Definitely don't clip it and send it to Moni, because holy crap, I'm going to be in so much trouble. Guys, I swear to goodness, the trouble I will be in if she finds out about the things I have said about I'll be in so much trouble. She's going to fire me from my part-time job as bellhop at her own sin, which only has the one floor, so why does she need a bellhop? But hey, I get paid. Here's the okay but really, but I love them. Forget what I said before that. Yeah, exactly. Gotta shower with the compliments after I've said something very heinous. It is my way. And then people seem to, I mean, hopefully they seem to forget that I said something heinous. Doesn't always work. Like, if I constantly tease Moni Stare about how she rolls her R's, then of course she's going to remember that I'm mean about it. Or because I call her stinky. Doesn't help. That doesn't help. Just a little guy. Yeah, exactly. I can kind of do whatever I want because I'm just a little silly little guy. And I do everything in the name of whimsy. And as a result, how can you blame me for my actions? I think it helps that my humor resonates quite well with her chat. So people just jump into defending me anytime I say anything. In the last voice tweet she made was her trying to purr. I know, I had to listen to it. I may have been listening to it at work and I heard someone coming up the stairs, so I had to quickly shut it off because how do I explain that? Like, honestly, it'd be easier to explain if I was like, you know, photocopying my butt cheeks. I think that would be easier to explain than me listening to Moni, you know, in quotation marks, purr. For lack of a better word, purr. Because it's definitely not purring, but I don't know what else it could be, you know? You know what I'm saying? After all the mean things that you said about Moni Stereo, you're gonna give her like, in my head, this is like the thought process that's going through it. It's like, after all the mean things you said, are you gonna give her a shout out? No. She doesn't need it. Because like I said, she's the best. She doesn't need my charity. What charity? She doesn't need my shout out. Won't even show up on her Twitch at all. That's how little of a guy I am to her. I'm nothing to her. I'm actually a mouse to her, essentially. Golem drowning is the best I could think of. That's really accurate, yeah. I would say, yeah, golem drowning is probably a very good description of it. Love the thought that, like, the thought going through my head right now is just that, is just me being like, well, I'm kind of a bad guy. I'm kind of a bad person, if you hadn't noticed. Kind of a jerk, because I'm just remembering the Borderlands stream and how much of a bad guy I was in that. I was basically Handsome Jack. Terrible. Just a nightmare person. Nightmare Mouse. The Gordon Ramsay of gameplay videos. Don't feel bad, 90% of mod chat is us trolling Moni, so we all do it. That's fair. I mean, you kinda gotta troll your streamer a little bit. If you're a mod, you kinda need to do it, right? It keeps them humble, and holy crap, does Moni need humbling. Sorry, that's not fair. Maybe a little bit, though. In the nicest possible way. I think that makes it worse, right? Just as privilege. Exactly. Exactly. Oh my god, there are lyrics in this song? Was? I hadn't expected any other way. The amount of bullying I do, you'd think she would have given me mod by now. But no, nay. But I know why I've not gotten mod. It's because I can't be trusted with that kind of power. I'm not a mod in anyone's chat. And it makes perfect sense because holy shit, I don't deserve it. I shouldn't have it. I should fucking absolutely should not have that privilege. Now that I can put up with the schedules, I'm probably going to start trolling there too. That's fair. That's fair. I'm glad that you're like getting back into the swing of things, because it's nice to see you out and about and around. Because yeah, it's good to see you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. It's good to see you around, and like especially in Callie's chat, I've seen you there a few times. Even when I've been like lurking, seen you pop in and stuff, which is good. It's good to know that you're doing okay. But I also hope that you are taking it as easy as you can, as well. It's very important. Now, where do the shadows lie? About there-ish, you know, give or take. Like I wanted to add a Black Bible watch party, and just have it be a picture of a Black Bible on screen for the whole time. That's good. I think that's just good quality humor, so I think you should consider it. No, that's funny. I like that. I'm gonna do a Steins Gate watch party, and we're just gonna watch Steins Gate 0. And then all of you who haven't seen Steins Gate and are just a part of the watch party will be like, oh man, that twist didn't make sense. Oh wait, do you know what Bible Black is? I do not. If you send me a link and it's just a picture of a black Bible, I'm gonna be livid. I've been rickrolled. In my own stream. No. Bible Black. Oh no. The Withering Nose. No links. Don't look it up. Oh no. Well, that that leads my imagination in a certain direction. And just minor details. Okay. Now, why am I curious now? I'm not gonna look it up. No. It's just one of the most. Oh. Okay. Now I understand. Most well known. Does that make me innocent that I had no idea what you were talking about? Does that make me an innocent little bean? I actually don't know the names of any of those videos. I'll be honest. Gonna find out. Sorry. Do you ever say something and immediately regret it? Because absolutely I did just then. Yeah, I'm gonna find out. No. I'm doing a temple tour of Japan. Certainly not a don't even know what that is. Hen tour? I mean, I might see some chickens. Innocent, yes. Now, if you said Euphoria, I would call you lucky. I don't... You mean the American high school show? That, like, that I don't know the reference. Thank goodness. I'm chaste. I am innocent by every definition. Pure. Monogamy, doggy style. I certainly don't have a bib for, you know, anything. Tell you what, I'm really keen to get my Go XLR as well. I was just thinking about that because you can basically just censor yourself, and I'm keen to do that. Anytime I know I'm going too far, I'm just gonna censor myself. No, there's a hentai by the name Euphoria, and it's extreme even to Dharma. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's, would I say concerning? Probably not. Surprising? Maybe. Astounding. I don't know. A little bit of all of them. Okay. Let's do the detailed face first. What if Saw but with sex? Oh, Jesus Christ. Was probably their pitch to the writer's room. That's pretty grim. Yeah. Because, I'm not gonna lie, I never watched Saw and thought, ooh, this could be sexier. That has a connotation. I never looked at Saw and I was like, you know what, this needs sex. No, this could be sexier, as if it wasn't already sexy. Ooh. This is, yeah. Grim. That's just, yeah, pretty fucked up. Not the most fucked up things I've ever said, but like, you know. Pretty close. Yep. Let us deep dive into these shadows. I'm also starting to do, so this is just in talks about the comics, but I'm starting to do this thing where if I see, because I pretty much carry my tablet around with me everywhere, and that's where I keep a lot of my concept art. But I'm going to start doing this thing where essentially if I see people out in public who are, dressed in an interesting way or yeah, styled in an interesting way, I'm going to make concept art of them. And basically if they have a cool style, I'm going to make a human or an elf or a goblin or any kind of fantasy creature, fantasy humanoid that has their style. Because I thought what would be kind of cool is to kind of use the world as a little bit of a concept art kind of font or a resource for concept art. Because there are a lot of very interestingly dressed, interestingly expressive people in Adelaide. So I'd actually like to kind of work with that a little bit in a way. Because I thought it would be interesting. An interesting addition. Draw from real life. Because also one of the things I'm always the most concerned with right now is having background characters that actually look interesting and unique, while also not taking up too much of the focus of the limelight. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully once I'm back in Canada I can catch more of your Australian people's streams, because instead of me starting at 3:30 a.m. it will be 5:30, and that's when you wake up for time. That's good. Yeah, well I hope that does happen, because 3:30 a.m. that's a lot. That's real early. $5:30, still quite early, but it's less early than 3:30, at the very least. It goes from a stay up until to a wake up for, yeah, which is so much better. At least in my opinion. Because, I don't necessarily want to be staying up till 3 a.m. when I could be sleeping, one of my favorite pastimes. My favorite activities. Sleep. It's the best. Even when I'm really bad at it. Which again, because it's winter, I am really bad at it. And also because of my gym routine. That also makes me quite bad at it. Because I'm a morning gymmer. Because I like to get it out of it's not that I like to get it out of the way per se, but I like to do it early in the morning, because then I feel like I've achieved something. And even if I have a long day where I kind of do not feel like I've made much progress in anything, I still went to the gym, still worked out. I look tougher, and that summer bikini weather, I'm gonna knock dead, you know what I'm saying? Gonna be ready for bikini weather, as it were. It's 4:30 now, so I'm gonna try and get some sleep. Good on you, man. Great seeing you again, and hopefully I'll be around more often. Fair enough. It's very lovely to see you. So I hope you're doing very, very well, and have a good sleep. Have a good look, and I hope you get a very restful sleep. Don't know what I did with my hands there. My hand went weird. Oh, that is actually filled in. Cool. E. Gotta draw the shadow of the ear. Shadow of the eared tree. Has anyone played that DLC yet? Because I've heard nothing about it. Partially because I've tried to avoid spoilers as much as possible. But also just because, yeah, in trying to do that, I've been too good and then I've heard nothing about it. So I have no idea if it's good or not. I assume it's good, but you never know. Could be shite. I don't think it would be, but like, it could be. There we go. Okay. And that's all we need to do that effectively. Hell yeah. Soft the shadow there. Just chilling out to some lo-fi jazz. Just bobbing my little head. Having a good time. Getting so like nicely distracted by the music. I also should say, just as the title suggests, I am thinking about doing more art streams. Potentially bumping it up to 3 art streams a week. Because I feel like I would have the time for it. However, I'm also just thinking, yeah, timing-wise, because right now, with the gaming streams, we're playing a lot of Disco Elysium, which I am freaking loving, first of all. I really am enjoying Disco Elysium very, very much. Hey, Kit, hello. How are you? Yeah, so playing a lot of Disco Elysium on those gaming streams. I'd be happy to reopen the Friday streams to something other than Disco Elysium, but also if we just continue doing Disco Elysium and then Borderlands every so often, I'm totally okay with that too. But yeah, I'm just thinking about going forward, what kind of... You sorry you have to sleep, but I was surprised to see we raided here. Oh, good, all good. Thank you so much for being a part of the raid. It's lovely to have you all. Miss your streams? I miss you. So it's always lovely to see you. Even if you have to go to sleep, I hope you have a good sleep. And I will see you next time. I will see you when I see you next. It is never an issue. You do what's best for you. My streams should always come last. If it's for your own personal health, your own well-being, then definitely put that first. I will always be here. And as I'm talking about, I will be streaming a lot more in the near future. So there will always be opportunities to catch me. Like a mousetrap, there will always be chances to catch me. Fucking love that with the jazz. Oof. I know pointing it out reduces its coolness, but holy fuck, that's pretty cool. Fighting the urge to keep watching, but I'll at least lurk. All good, all good. Do whatever you need to do. If you gotta sleep, you gotta sleep. My favorite mouth trap. I wonder, how do I feel about that? I don't know why I'm blushing. Thank you so much for being here. Oh good, oh good. Don't worry. You don't have to do words good in this stream. You are totally okay. But I do love the idea that Mouthtrap is like it's just like almost like it's in my brain. It was like, are you flirting with me? And then it's just like, wait a second. That's maybe the weirdest flirt I've ever received. Lumen! In the left corner, hailing from parts unknown, standing at 6 centimeters tall and weighing 0.25 kilograms. The one, the only, Gray Mouse. Hello, Lumen. How you doing? How's that lube, man? Ooh, also, um, so in Adelaide, there is a event going on this month known as Illuminate. The lube is it's delicious, fantastic. I'm glad to hear that. Also, not lube related, but loom related. There's an event on in Adelaide called Illuminate. There is a bar right next to the museum. It's like a pop-up bar. It's super cool, and I went last year and it was fantastic. You know, you run the event. Well, it wouldn't surprise me if you did, based on the name of this bar, but it's called Lumen Bar. It's called the Lumen Bar. And it's super cool, and I actually can't wait for Illuminate because I'm gonna go to that bar, and I'm like I can't wait for the events because it's a lot of illuminated like art pieces and set pieces, which I'm really keen for, and keen to do photography of. So I go every year, and I kind of wander the city because it's such a cool event. But I will definitely be going to their gin bar because it's fantastic. It's secretly an event to worship you. I don't think it's so secret. I think it's pretty overt. Admit it's because you miss me. Of course it's because I miss you. I can't wait for October. I'm going to be so happy getting on that plane to go to PAX because I get to see Lumen and Cryo and Sal. And I also get to go to PAX, but mostly it's because of you guys and also the chicken nuggets. We'd be eating knock again. Ah, oh, yes. My fond knock memories. Because it is a hard knock life right now for me. Because also, that restaurant doesn't exist anymore. They shut down. Not because of you guys, because of me, because I ate all their knock. Their knock supply was destroyed because of me. Their knock economy, their knock-omy, gone. Because I ate so much of the gnocchi. Like they didn't shut down, so they still exist, but they exist somewhere else now. It's not the same. Eating so much that we're gonna like we're knocked up. Yeah, gonna look like we're knocked up. Yeah, a little bit. It's a good pun. You hit on the waitress too much. No, I didn't hit on her too much. I just like stared longingly too much at her, and I got banned because I was being weird. Apparently, that could probably be misconstrued. I didn't actually do that, though. I did tell her I loved her, and that was enough to get me banned for life. They got a little Polaroid of me as me, the mouse, and it says banned on it in the new restaurant. Knock, knock, knocky on heaven's door. Oh my god. That's terrible, but I love it. That is a dad joke if ever I heard one. You both had a relationship built on dinner. She was waiting on you while she waited for you. Oh my god. Probably not. But I love the poetry of it. I'm just a mouse. I'm just a mouse. Speaking to a woman. Wanting her to spit in my coffee. And she won't do it. She won't do it. Not even for me. Damus. Such a... Yeah. I'm never gonna, like, approach people that I find attractive. That's never been my prerogative, I don't think. You wanted her knockers? Oh my god. Oh my god. A little bit. Is that? No, that's gonna look not proportionally right. Because we gotta get those shadows right. I'm probably gonna need to carve away at this. I want to get it right, want to do it justice, but it's gonna take a few goes. You're right, I'm a sun nova. Never gonna approach someone you find attractive. Yeah, no. Not in person, I don't think, you know? I struggle with talking to people at the best of times. So, I'm never gonna, like, ask somebody out at a bar, I think, is what I mean to say. If it's somebody I know and I like, then it's a different story. But if it's just a pretty girl or guy at a bar, I'm not gonna just walk up to them and be like, yo, would you spit in this coffee for me? If you like someone, she's not right for you. What? I didn't say that. You need pre-workout when you could just get in your own head about a girl? Yeah, exactly. That's my gym motivation. Is that I just get in my own head about this like a relationship I have with a girl that that never actually happened. Imagining our wedding photos and she's just at the gym. No idea I exist. I mean, that's definitely the last place I'd approach someone as well. I would never approach someone at a gym. I feel like that's just bad etiquette. Why date a girl when you can imagine her? I didn't say that either. No, stop making quotes. Stop making quotes that make me seem weirder than usual. More weirder than I usually am. Oh no. Definitely, that seems. Hold on. I definitely don't think it's like should be pear shaped. It should be just a little bit more like that. Maybe. No, that looks wrong. I'll deal with it. I'll figure it out as I go. I'm learning. Gaslight gatekeep grey mouse. No, my quote. That's the real way to get a woman. I really like it. Time to leave. That's probably pretty accurate, yeah. Time for me to go. My work here is done. But you didn't do anything. Cape swish. Because I wear a cape at the gym. It's my lifting cape. I tell people it's my pump cover, but it's just a cape. Honestly, I think it would be fair that I don't approach anyone if I went to the gym in a cape. I think no one's gonna want me approaching them. Even on a good day, I think that's, yeah. It's pretty grim. Grey mass is mysterious. Mysterious is sexy. Yeah, exactly. That's I'm going for aloof, right? Mysterious, aloof, awkward. These powers combined, you get grey mouse. Bonjour, madame. It is I, the mouse. When I look in your eyes, I'm like a rat in a trap. What the fuck? Yes, that is the response I expected. Great, mouse is aroused. Aroused is weird in a first meeting. Yeah, absolutely. That would be weird. It's not. Yeah, it doesn't set an amazing first impression. if I meet you in person, Cryo, and like I go to shake your hand, and the first thing you notice is I just have a chub on, then like it's a very interesting first impression that you're going to get of me. Like, immediate first impression. Because, like, we've known each other for a while now. So, really, it's not going to be your first impression of me. But, you know, Lord Mouse recently finished the entire Fallout show, and I don't know how to feel about it. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. I haven't watched it, so I actually have no opinions of it. I've heard very good things about it, but also people most of the time very wrong about stuff, so I don't necessarily hold my judgment for what other people think of it, if you get what I mean. I'd stop shaking your hand, but I wouldn't be offended. Okay, that's fair. Grey wouldn't let go, and I'd stare at you like knock girl. Wait, was that... Hold on. Just so we're on the same page, Lumen, was there someone, like, staring at me? Was one of the cervix stuff, like, staring at me? Because now I feel like there was something that happened when you came to Adelaide for gnocchi. Spit knock in my tea? No! Not your poor tea. Hold on. I need to get something clear. I can't remember. Because if you were hiding something, like our first meeting was good, and then you're just like, to Sal, you realize that like, waitress was staring at Grey Mouse the entire time. Should have told me. Why would you not tell me, Lumen? We've been friends for years. But maybe you were protecting me. Maybe she was goth, and you know how I be about goth baristas. It's like the whole like Hello Kitty girl meme. Now, I do need to add background stuff, but am I done with the 2 characters? Maybe. That waitress was staring at my knock bulge the whole time. That is maybe one of the most horrifying euphemisms I've ever heard. Knock bulge? What does that mean? As in the bulge in my gnocchi, which we could only assume was like... What the fuck? You could only assume was like another piece of gnocchi, or the knock bulge in my pants, which is really sad because gnocchi's not that large. I mean, yeah. Knock bulge. Oh god. Is that what they think of it? Knock bulge. Also good to know, don't get an erection when you meet Cryo. In the building sense. Just making a note. Didn't notice that you double thick caked up knock. What the? Now you're just not making sense. That's gibberish. Double thick knocked up cake. A double thick caked up knock. You're just adding knock to words and telling me that it means something. It can't possibly. Now, am I done? Shadows. Nope, I'm not done. Back of the backpack. Backpacks. My nemesis, my nemesis. Okay. Ratchet's eyes have shadows. Armella's eyes have shadows. Everybody has shadows. Shadows for everyone. Onto details. Yes. Yeah, just paused for a moment. And I'm like, am I onto shadows? Yes. Yes, it's fine. That's not how I do shadows. Not shadows, details. Brain. Do the braining. But like, I mean, of course I was double thick, caked up, knock. Was meeting Sal and Lumen for the first time. I had to look tough. I had to look real tough. Because both of them, real tough. Super muscular. So I had to kind of look as tough as possible. There we go. And then he's only got the one ear in this frame. So we only need the one ear highlight. Can actually kind of go ham with it. There we go. Keep it soft though. Softish. It's probably best to just start with one character and then move on to the other, as opposed to kind of bouncing between the bits that I want to add details for. Like, you know, like you're kind of treating yourself to the scars and the little details of one character's face, and then you kind of move on to the next. Probably not the best way to go about it. Because this is how I draw hair highlights now. Because I've learned, I caved to the system and learned how to draw hair highlights. And they look fine. They look great. Almost just jumped across to Armella for no reason. Other than because I wanted to draw her details. There we go. Now we can jump across. Okay, there we go. Okay, first up is Freckles. Is it Freckles? Yes, no, yes, no. Yes. No, it's not. First up is like the tone. Like blush tone. That's maybe a bit dark. That's still a bit dark. We want it just kind of light-ish. Because she's human, so she's got color in her cheeks. That kind of makes her look like she's blushing. I don't necessarily want that. She still kind of looks like she's blushing, but she's just slightly better. Maybe we just tone it down a little bit, though. To just a darker kind of tone. Darker but warm kind of tone. That's better, because I want to add a little bit of depth to her face, and a good way of doing that is just adding some soft kind of light. Not soft light, soft definition. And that kind of color. A little bit of color to the face to make it look a little less flat. That's how simple it is to articulate what I'm trying to get at. And yet I go, "Doi," I make noise out of mouth and try explain. You get it. Yeah, I'll get it. Also probably gotta hydrate in a second, so I might take a momentary break just to fill my water bottle. And by water bottle, I mean cup that contains water. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. I might even make a brush pen that is just freckles. Freckles and skin details. Because I like the idea of making my life easier. Which also includes making sure that I include the scars on her face. Because it would be weird and bad if I forgot that. So she has 6 scars. 1. Only one of them goes across her eye. 2. 2. 2, there we go. 3. It's about there. 4. Should curve like that. 6, like 5, 6, but there's one more that I've just missed here in the middle. Is that 6? Is it 6? Hold on, that's way too thin. Either way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay. So 1 almost goes across her eye, 1 goes through the middle of her face, 1 goes across her nose and over the eye. Okay, hold on. Let's get this right. It's a little detail, but it's one worth getting right. So 1's kind of almost hidden by her hair. Because then the second one goes across the eye like that. Ooh, that kind of caves her head in a little bit, but 1 across the nose, across the top of the nose, there we go. 1 across the bottom of the nose and through the eye. 1 just there. And then 1 across the chin. Or cheek. Cheek and chin, you know what I mean. And then I should probably pick out the lips as well, because they'll need scars. This one's got to be slightly darker. Nice, there we go. Just go in, add the scar across the eye, across the pupil. Very minute detail, but will be important if it is absent. Should definitely be visible. Should definitely be absent. Should definitely be visible. Hold on, everybody. Gonna go grab some water. I'll be right back. I just realized it's almost 2 hours. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna go for another hour. Let's get this panel done. I'm gonna grab some water, so I'll be right back. Y'all better hydrate too. You know the deal. You know the deal. Keep that on. Tell you what I'm really happy about. Found something at the shops today. Because I've been, for those of you who don't know, been trying to get as much protein into my kind of diet as possible. Found high protein yogurt, which is really good. However, I also found today high protein pudding by the same manufacturers, which is a real win. Because I love pudding. So, now I'm unstoppable. Got freaking pudding cups, but full of protein. Hell yeah. Tried one today. They taste fine. They taste pretty good. So that's a win. It's a definite win for the pudding cup boy. For that pudding cup mouse. Get those illuminated. Get this. That's the same color. That's cool. It's just like little visible spots that light would reflect off of that I need highlights on. Like backlighting and stuff like that. Hair. Same as before. Going through the motions. Go through them motions. Yeah, so I figured out how to do the lighting and stuff for hair because I saw someone selling brush pens, like brushes, digital brushes for hair and stuff, and then I like somehow something for that like clicked in my brain, and I was like, wait a second, that's how you do it. That's how you do hair. It all makes sense now. My brain started to like put the pieces together. And sometimes that's really all it takes, is that sometimes you just need a good visual representation that like really puts all of that into perspective. Because like even the sketchy version that I'm currently doing now before I erase and smooth out the look still looks pretty cool. Like if I wanted to go more stylistic with it, I would just not erase it. I would just leave it as it is. But it works. It all works. Which is cool. Yeah. Got a little bit of light. It's a belt buckle, so it's gonna have light. I don't normally do highlights off of clothing, like felt and fabric, but I'm gonna do a little bit. Oh, I know why. I'm like, why isn't this working? It's because I still had a selection on something. There you go. Just gonna add a little bit of highlighting. Just here. Maybe a few like indent things, bits and pieces, you know? You can just do that. That doesn't make sense. I'll leave it. And I may even get rid of... The highlights don't make a lot of sense in this context. Yeah, because it just makes the leather seem a bit too shiny. Don't like it. I am not convinced. Okay. Just the softest amount of highlighting for this. Just that I kind of have a bit of guidance for... No, I don't care for it. It's just a bit too bright and it makes her seem shiny, which is the opposite of what I... Like, it's not the opposite of what I'm going for, but it just doesn't make sense. You know, she's not supposed to look shiny. She's not wearing metal in those parts. And with the trees, just adding patterns. Just to give some life to the tree shape. There we go. And then dark shade. Just to add a bit of variety. Oh, Jesus. Zoomed out way too far. Oh, Cap. Cap, welcome back. Hello. Thank you so much for resubscribing. 11 months. It's almost been a year. Hello, how you doing? How you been? Hello, my lovely. Hey, you. Why am I blushing? Ugh, so warm. Yeah, how are you? How was the rest of your stream? I was kind of lurking on it. Also, because I was trying to avoid Erdtree spoilers, but I hope it was good. I'm good. I'm doing well. I'm I'm very sleepy and tired, but I'm doing okay. I feel invigorated to do some comic progress, so I'm like pushing through. Stream was pretty hectic, but it was fun. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that. Keeping things fresh. Oh, water. So good. Yeah, comic progress. It's been it's been slow, but definitely very good. I definitely feel like I'm not behind. I have no deadline, so I'm not behind. I can never be behind. You beat 2 bosses, so you're happy with that? Damn, I've heard that the Shadow of the Erdtree bosses are crazy tough, so that's pretty awesome. That's very admirable. I might actually save the dark spots for later. You can be behind me. Oh, oh my goodness. Why am I blushing? Why am I blushing all of a sudden? Yeah, so I'm not behind on any of the progress. Like, there's no way I can be, essentially. But I do also want to stream it more because I'm now working on writing it out more and expanding it more. And as I'm making the comic bigger, it's like I want to be able to make more significant progress on it, for lack of a better word. The face. That's top tier Riz. I definitely do not have that charmingness to me. So it's very pleasantly surprised. Does that look good? I don't know. That looks okay. I get you. Yeah. So I am planning on doing more art streams, but I'm thinking of probably scheduling in an extra day into my stream schedule, at least until I go to Japan, and then we'll gauge it from there. So I'm going to Japan at the end of the year. I'm very excited. Very, very excited. But yeah, I want to have some significant progress before I head off. Love seeing the progress every time I come here. Ah, thank you. I do too. I'm definitely feeling I still like hugely love this process, and the fact that every time I come back to it, it's just that bit more, and that the progress is so visibly there. It does feel very rewarding. And like looking back at chapter 1, the amount of growth that I've actually achieved feels huge. How do I feel about that? I don't feel particularly anything about the soft light. Yes. It feels really good. It definitely feels great to make that progress. And to be better. And like to look at my old stuff and not be like, oh, that's shit. It's like I was good at art then, but to see how much I've grown as an artist is so rewarding. I can't even begin to kind of fathom it at some points where I'm like looking at panels of this chapter and I'm like, this could actually be in an actual comic, and that makes me feel so much better about the amount of time it's taking. Like, I don't mind that it's taking a long time, just because like when it's done it's gonna look incredible. Like, I'm imagining the final pages and stuff will look so much different to how I've started. And I will have experimented with so many different styles and additions to the styles that I currently have, and these huge alterations to my like not writing, but like imagery and things like that. Like I'm almost excited to see where it goes, even though I know it will be different, and it may even be like I might have to change things in the comic. So I never know. Will you put this to print when you're done? I'm planning on getting, because you want to get a copy if you do. I hugely appreciate that. I will be printing it by volume. So every time we finish a volume, I will actually get those printed, and I'll do distribution for that. And when we finish the series, I will re-release those prints. Hey, Suited! Hello, how you doing? Speaking of comics and fantastic comics, Suited has an amazing, amazing, amazing comic. It is beautiful. I got the speaking of print versions as well, I got the prints of Suited's comics, and they are fantastic. I still have to make time to just sit down and read them. But yes, if you're looking for good comic streamers, you are in huge luck, because Suited is a fantastic comic streamer. They are currently working on their comic, and it is gorgeous. So yes, highly recommended. If you like my content, you will love Suited's. So recommend 100%. How you doing, Suited? Apologies, I went into promotion. I went into like Suited promotion immediately. I didn't even ask how you were doing. You're doing good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm doing okay. I'm really excited because as I announced at the start of the stream, I have booked my my flight to Japan. And it's not happening till the end of the year, but I'm super excited to plan it all and get it all prepped, and then eventually go. Hey, Smoking Aces! Hello, hello, hello! How you doing? You know I love your content, Grandma, so Suited gets an immediate follow. Yeah, I'd love to hear that. Yeah, I think you'll like Suited stuff, Cap. She's very good and very, very wholesome. Aces. That's way better than smoking. Hey, Aces. How you doing? Is that it for details as well? Are we actually making progress? Yes, a little bit. Okay, we need to do soft shadows now, which is a bit fiddly, but is one of my favorite parts of the new comic stuff. How's the comic coming along? Well, I'll let you be the judge. But so this is currently page 7. We've made some good progress. So this chapter is I'm planning on it being 20 pages long, so twice as big as my previous chapters. But it's all for a purpose, because I do want to put a little bit more dialogue into it, and also dedicate a little bit more time to action as well. So getting more stuff done in each chapter, as opposed to kind of switching to a new chapter every time there's a new location, I think. So we're kind of doing a little bit more of that building up of story, and of building like background lore as well, which I think will be beneficial. And so we'll get a lot of comic pages or panel pages that kind of look like conversation, like just a lot of conversation, so heads and faces and expressions. But I also am looking to expand out to more action shots as well. So I'm just a few little examples of what we're doing in this chapter. So we will actually be seeing a bit of backstory, as well as, yeah, a lot more dynamic shots that I'm kind of working on now as well, with a lot more like wide shots and mysterious. Yes, I don't want to give too much away. This is a previous page, but like, yeah, I want to focus more on wider shots and more putting in more into the background as well. It's kind of what I do anyway. But in a lot of the previous pages, we've had a lot of just face and a lot of talking. And I don't mind that at all. Like, the talky bits are very good. But I also like the idea of having just a little bit more space for dynamics, and also knowing when to put these close-up shots, and then also jumping back to a lot broader shots, just so that we can see a little bit more. Because I'm also working on more dynamic stuff too. So we get this, more dynamic comic pages. So we're getting this in this chapter, where we have a big Ratchet in the middle, as he explains multiple little pieces of information. And we're not just jumping back to different panels with Ratchet in them. So I also, yeah, I do want to break up a lot more of that dialogue with more interesting dynamic imagery. So I'm kind of experimenting with that in these panels, or not panels, in these pages. Those are the words I'm looking for, yeah. But yeah, it's all a learning process, right? I will get there. Oh, I didn't mean to get rid of color. I meant to get rid of detail and shadows. Because we're going to do soft shadows. But yeah, I'm also thinking I might do a little bit more research, pick up a few more comics, and see, like, what they do for dialogue. Just because I do enjoy dialogue panels and stuff, but that can always be quite just faces heavy. And I don't really want to kind of rely on that. If I can do something more unique, then I will. Because I don't like the idea of having pages full of just faces. Faces talking back and forth to each other, especially if there is a lot of dialogue to get across. I feel like that can kind of, that for me staggers the flow a little bit. Looks exciting, can't wait to read it all. Oh, Suited, you're a sweetheart. I can't wait for you all to read it, because I am excited for what this chapter has to offer. Research is what you tell the tax person. Exactly, yeah. I mean, I do have a lot of... I will be getting, like, a bit of a tax write-off for some of this stuff, which is kind of cool, since illustration is now falling into my works, to my general works wheelhouse. Sometimes I see establishing shots as well, or landscapes, when people have long conversations. One big old panel to fit a bunch of speech bubbles. That's a really good idea. That actually makes a ton of sense. I really like that. And I think it would break up the shots a lot more as well. So thank you for that, Suited. That really helps. I feel like I need that, you know. Yeah, because I just need stuff to... Like, I don't hate conversational two-shots, but I'd love to do more. You know, you just get the urge to try something different. Did I not... Holy crap, did I not pick... Lasso? Yeah, I didn't lasso her face. Great. Nice work, Grey Mouse. What are you, some sort of Illustrator. And because these two have meshed together in image space, this will either be easier or harder to soft shadow. Sure, it'll be fine. They're essentially like, in the realms of doing the soft shadows, they're essentially just one person, which does make it easier. I also do want to work on making characters look consistently the same across panels, which is going to take a lot of work and a lot of practice, but I will get there. That's everything. Fill it in. There we go. It's the littlest amount of, like, shadow. But you'll see it makes a huge difference. As I do this. Because, like, already it kind of looks like it's got a little bit more depth. Which is why I do it. It's that false depth, which I like. And the way light kind of cascades down, you know, or wraps around the body. I'm trying to work with that when I do these shadows. And like, maybe where does shadow show up the most or the least? With these, if light were to be cast upon these characters, how would it be done? How would it look? You know, the subtleties of, like, Ratchet's face. How did they catch shadow? And it's really, like, it's just the lower half that catches the shadow. To a certain degree. Keeps him real honest. It keeps him looking real cute, and that's the goal. Keep Ratchet looking real cute. If I can't make him look accurate across images, at the very least he's got to look cute. Then the human face, slightly more complicated. Because you still want to get the eyes. That's terrible. Terribly lumpy. Light-wise. Let's do about that much. Again, it's like the goal is to try and keep it as simple as possible, especially with this kind of shadow work. But then also you want it to be good? Good? Question mark? And for like a lot of the brighter colors, these soft shadows really do pop. So with the lavender, it's really visible when you erase a lot of those soft shadows. There we go. Yeah, nice. That's pretty much all I need to do, other than reflection in the eyes. But other than that, we're good. Oh, and glasses. Can't forget the glasses. Always important. Light. So we start with Ratchet's beautiful little hexes. Currently my favorite brush. It's just the hex. Because I did not want to settle for normal looking reflection in the eyes. So I made a brush pen or a brush tip that is like a hexagon to resemble a camera aperture. Because if I wasn't punishing myself enough, I needed that more complicated style. Brush tip, yes. Yes, exactly. The brush tip. Just the brush tip. Sorry, I'll see myself out. No. Just the tip of the brush. It's fine. It's completely normal. Oop, I've forgotten to draw Ratchet's pant stripes. Okay, we've got to go back to details. He has pant stripes here. Cool, we're good. I'd expect no less. Cap. Fill that in. Roll it all around. The pants meet at the bottom. So, it all goes there. There we go. Beautiful. And then just glasses. I was working on some concept art for a character who won't appear for ages, if at all, in this series. And hold on, there's an easier way to do this. Yeah, and so basically, he wears glasses as well. And I was like, how do I make these glasses look different from Armella's? And eventually I didn't, but basically what makes them different was the filling, so the lenses, as opposed to the actual shape. And just because I like circular glasses, so it's like, I gotta start giving people just different glasses. Clearly. Gotta just give them different glasses. Can't keep using my go-to of Squircle. I do like the hex in the eyes, it's very cute. Yeah, I like the hex because it's very because it's very like camera lensy, which I really like. I like the idea that the hexes kind of indicate that maybe it's all on camera in a sense, but also kind of that it does feel like we are viewing it. We get that the aperture bokeh as opposed to just circles. And for me, I thought that was a really cool kind of stylistic thing. Ooh, that's terrifying. But just the little dots. That's maybe too bright. That's maybe too unnoticeable. That's too blue. That's horrifying. I always forget what I do with this. It's just soft light. It's not just soft light, it's just hard light and then drop Down. Drop down to pretty much nothing. Yeah. No, it's add. Cool. Alright. I know. I know what I'm doing. I know what I do with this. This part. Gotta just erase a little bit of this, and then we're done with this panel. And I know I may have said we'll go for another hour. I may, once this panel is done, end stream. Just because currently we've been doing a lot of like one panel streams, which is good. Gives us a pretty good set goal. Also means that I don't overtire myself as well. Because, yeah, definitely not been sleeping great, I'll admit. And I have been blaming winter on it, but it could just be because I don't sleep well normally. There we go. Just trying to be as careful as possible. There we go. It's a good panel. This panel was pretty like. I had difficulties with it for sure when I started on it. It took me ages to do the line work. So the fact that I'm okay with it now is great. Is a very good sign. Because I wasn't before. I was like, fuck this panel. This panel fucking sucks. Just making sure that everything is like right. Yes, with her outfit. Because I keep thinking like, does it have like a bit in the middle? Like a not a patch, a part. And no, it's good. What's up next for the draft? It's a big wide panel, which I am keen for, but it's going to be a complicated one. So I might set it up and then we'll raid out. Okay, line work. Also going to just set the layers up. The color. Do line work in color, because if I have too many layers, I'm going to be drawing on all the layers. And I'll be like, where's this line work layer? And then realize that it's in like the multiply layer, in the shadows layer. And it's too late to like go back, so I'm just like, I'm just gonna cancel the comic permanently. Just done with the comic forever. Yeah, and I think this is a cute panel. Just based on the draft anyway. Like, look at this little face. Some of the like draft ratchets have been so cute. And I think this one's no exception. Do I sometimes feel burnt out? A little bit, yeah, definitely. Like, I'm trying my best to avoid it as much as possible with the like 2-hour streams, and trying to make sure that I don't overdo it. But like, I think when I started, I definitely did feel burnt out more often, just because I was doing like almost whole pages and stuff like that, or trying my hardest to finish a page every single stream or every 2 streams, which is a lot. But I'm trying to like, right now I am definitely trying to manage, so how many streams I do and how much I do just in general. So if I'm definitely feeling tired, then I know it's like, okay, cool. There's only so much you can do. Like there's only so much you can do or force yourself to do or motivate yourself to do per stream, or not even per stream, but with uh, your art. And sometimes I like to try and keep stuff related to the things that I'm doing. So if I don't feel like drawing, then I'll sit and read, or I'll sit and have the Obsidian page that has all my comic notes on it open, and I'll just watch like Smosh, or I'll watch like YouTube, and just take it easy. And if I feel my head like emptying, I might like sit up and do a little bit of comic writing. So I try and keep it all related because like I found that when I've been writing on the comic recently, I felt more motivated to draw on it. And it's because it's almost like a break. It's like stepping away for a moment and working on something else that is still related to the comic, but um, not in the same way that drawing on it is. Because drawing on the comic almost feels like this active. While I'm talking, I'm going to just do a bit of drawing. Hope you don't mind. Um, while I'm, yeah, if I'm working on something that's related to the comic, but doesn't feel like directly affecting the comic, then I find that I actually kind of ease that burnout a lot better than if I were to like push myself to continue to draw. And sometimes it is definitely just exposure as well, exposure therapy to it. So sometimes I do just draw on the comic when I'm feeling burnt out. And it's because I haven't done it in a while, like done the comic in a while. So my brain is getting used to not doing it. And that can be worse than burnout because if I come back to it and I almost don't feel competent in what I'm doing, that can be bad. Because then it takes me a while to get back into the swing of things. And if I don't feel competent doing my own comic, then like that can be disheartening in a sense. But also it's like that's such a normal thing I've come to find. Like Kohi Horikoshi of My Hero Academia, his art style will change from day to day. And it can kind of all depend on how he's feeling. And so, like, I've seen two different drawings of Deku, and they've been completely different in terms of quality. And it's just because he's not felt compelled to draw. And that's completely normal. Like, the only person I know of who's consistently is consistent across their comic constantly, without fail, is Oda of One Piece. But that's because that's all he does. He draws that. He draws on his manga constantly. So it's like, yeah. That's like, his manga is all he wants to do. So, as a result, but well, I also assume that he probably feels quite burnt out often too. And I wouldn't blame him. But yeah, I feel like it's very, if you're working on something long form, and I'm sure you can speak to this too, Suited, so you're going to feel burnt out from time to time. And I think for me, it's the thing has always been about making sure that burnout doesn't take on a life of its own. Oda is insane. He even continued drawing while he was in hospital. Shonen Jump takes breaks for him because he wouldn't otherwise. Yeah. And I guess that's also a thing about it, right? Is like there's almost that obsession. And for him it's all he wants to do, so as a result it's kind of all he does. and it does fall into that kind of realm of obsession. And like, I don't want to be obsessed with my comic. I love working on my comic, definitely, don't get me wrong. I enjoy it so much that it does have a big part in my life, and I wouldn't be surprised if it did become my life's work. However, it's not all I ever want to do. I do use it in ways that actually do help me. Like, I'm learning a lot more about other things because I'm using the comic as a motivator to learn. So I'm currently studying little pieces of. I'm studying historical kind of architecture because I want to learn that. Sonna, hello! My love, how are you doing? My dear, my dearest Sonna, how are you? Just talking about burnout and alleviating it in art, or trying to, at the very least. Hello, beloved mouse. Unsuited. Hello. How have you been? How was your weekend? But yeah, I'm sure, you all experience burnout in different ways. I think finding tactics or techniques to alleviate burnout helps. But I think it's not always universal. Long weekend with loads of friends. Fair. That sounds nice, though. Tired. Yeah, I get that. I'm definitely feeling the eep. But I'm certain I will sleep well after finishing tonight. But yeah, if you have any techniques for alleviating burnout, feel free to drop them. Drop them in the chat. For me, it is just about, moving on to doing something else, but keeping it related to the thing you were going to do. You do not have any? Oh, God. Fair enough. That's also completely fair. For me, because I'm doing a long form comic, I aim to work on stuff that is still related to the comic, but not entirely related to it. You're a mess? No. No. Not at all. So I keep stuff related to the comic, but try to do things differently, so then I can come back to the comic and feel like reinvigorated about it. Reinvigorated and enthusiastic to do it. I have one day a week where I just do nothing, being a lazy bum. I like that. I like that a lot. That's a good idea. I did a lot of errands today, and that kind of just frustrated me a little bit. I felt weirdly frustrated because I find that if I am socially burnt out, then I'm even more so, or more prone to burning out. And it could be like a bit of both, where if I'm creatively burnt out, then I'm gonna be socially burnt out. But just walking through crowds of people while I'm burnt out, I'm just like, I can't deal with this. Can't deal with this shit. Y'all are making me mad. Is that Ratchet's head? That is Ratchet's head. Yeah. So that can kind of tip the scale a little bit, where I'm just like, I can't deal with you. People everywhere, and they're just in my way. This person was on an escalator, and they weren't moving, which is fine, but it'd be nice if they got out of the way. But then they stopped at the end of the escalator and just stood there, and I'm like, I'm gonna kill you. I hate you as a person. Hate what you are doing. And I know it's not, what you're doing isn't just directly to spite me, but holy crap, it feels like it. If you know what I mean. Someone just stops walking at the end of a like corridor or in a stairwell or anywhere where it's like very hard to get through, especially if someone is just standing in the way and they just stand there. Very annoying. That bothers me. That kind of stuff is the kind of stuff that, yeah, just tips my mood in a very negative way. And then, is this going to be... I don't think this is going to be entirely accurate, but we'll... That's not too bad. There we go. Oh, savings. It was still saving. It's definitely not the right nose. Oh no, yes it is. I'm looking at my reference pieces. Yes, it is. But my brain just being like, no, nay, you've done it wrong, Grey Mouse. So we start with the dimples, or sort of the dimples. Kind of draw the inside of the mouth first, and then draw the lips. And of course what I do is I always draw them really off-center. Just have it go a few rounds with it being super off-center. And then you eventually get it right. There we go. Scars are usually the last thing to go in. Glenn, hello, hello, hello. It's the mouse in the soup. Hello. Returned from the land of the windmills. Welcome back. How was the land of the windmills? Poland, right? Question mark? Or windmill land? Windmill town. Population, well, Glen currently. Oh no, Glen, not anymore, but Glen once upon a time. Netherlands, please. Please. Netherlands, population, Glen, not Poland. I don't know where windmills are. There's a TwitchCon, you dingus. Oh, right, of course. Yes, I remember that. I remember the post. Yes. My brain. How was TwitchCon as well? Oh, Smiley. Hello, hello, Smiley. Borderlands on Friday still? Yes. Hell yeah. I am 100% down. I cannot wait. Freaking loved Borderlands. I'm still thinking about it, you know. Hey, suited. Yeah, everybody, the whole gang's here. It was good. I really enjoyed it, especially meeting all my friends. Yeah, I'm glad. That would have been awesome. It sounds like it would have been good. One day. I'll have to check it out myself. I love how I was like, maybe I won't stream for the full 3 hours. I'm probably going to be streaming for the full 3 hours. Just because I don't want to leave this here. I want to finish it. I want to get it done. Feel motivated to finish it. Because I'm Gramoose. Grammatically correct mouse. And I'm gonna finish my art piece. I might do more writing on it though after stream as well. So I finished the summary of Volume 1. It's all been in my head. I'm putting it on a page, and that's really helped. I think the line art's looking very clean. Oh, thank you, Smiley. I appreciate that. It's coming together. It's all coming together. Got a little Ratchet. He looks freaking adorable. So I want to do that justice. Which I think I can do. I think it's possible. I'd love to get more stylized as time goes on. Like, still maintain a lot of this charm, but more stylized. I'd love that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I finished the summary of the first volume. So now it's no longer all in my head. Which has really helped. Kind of put some pieces together, helped me prep for the next volumes and the spin-offs and stuff, because I'd like to have them, like writing-wise, just finished by the time I get up to the first of the 2 spin-offs. Which I think is possible. Because I am, from this chapter on, I am including a lot more hints to the spin-offs. First volume summary hype. Yeah, I'm very happy that it's done. But yeah, like, so I'll be including hints and stuff to the spin-offs in this chapter going forward. What does his mouth look like from afar? Open. And adorable. But yeah, like, I am, well, actually, really the references to the spin-offs and stuff have been happening since Volume 1, really, but I can be more direct about it going forward. And there may even be an interaction coming up with a character who will be very prominent in the spin-offs and not in this comic. And not in this series. So you plan to print Volume 1? Or will you do all the volumes first? No, so I'm planning on printing them volume by volume. So once we finish Volume 1, because they're all... So each volume will be a self-contained story, to a certain degree. So for Ratchet's story, Volume 1 will be a self-contained story. Volume 2 will lead off of Volume 1, and then Volume 3 will lead off of Volume 2. So you could, in theory, read any of them by themselves, with some exceptions. With some exceptions in Volume 2 and 3. However, I am planning on printing them by volume. So once we finish Volume 1, I'll get that printed. And then we'll, do Volume 2, Volume 3. And once we finish the series, I'll do a reprint of everything. The tarot cards are a spin-off, right? No, so the tarot cards are their own thing. That's basically just additional merchandise. But it was also stuff that I thought would be fun to do. It doesn't exist for any particular reason. I made it because I kind of wanted to make it. They're not a spin-off. So the two spin-offs, I have no problem talking about the spin-offs. So yeah, basically the printing plan is that I'll print each volume, and then once I finish each series, I'll do reprints, but not like as in they're different. So it means that if you missed the print release of volume 1, then you can get, and there's no like book deal or anything like that, then you can get volume 1, 2, and 3 once they're all done, or volume 1 and 2 when volume 2's done, or whatever. So I'll just do print releases at the end of every volume. But my plan is probably not like backtrack until we have the series done. So when we have all of Ratchet and the Beanstalk Brigade finished, then you can buy the reprints of all of them. And then once I finish, so the next spin-off, which will only be 1 volume, is called... It'll be a rat baby story, but it'll be called Night of Fireflies. And basically that follows Dogen. The character... Actually, I don't want to say too much, but Dogen is Ratchet's father. And the comic will follow his antics. And then the final spin-off will be a two-volume series. And it follows the Dream Lurker, who, for those of you who have forgotten, because we haven't seen him in a while, it is... Let me jump back a few pages. This is the wrong page. Hold on. Let me jump back another page. Spoilers, yeah. This isn't well, kind of spoilers, but I've also talked about this a few times, so it's not an issue. It's also really nice to go back and see how my art style has changed. Because, like, I still do look at these panels fondly, but I've learned so much. So it does feel good to look at them and be like, I've grown as an artist. And I feel good about how far I've come. And that now that I know that I will never make panels these small, like this small again. So if we look past Calypsule for a moment. So the final spin-off will be around this guy. We'll focus on him. Most of you have noticed this guy at this point. If you've read chapter 1, you've probably noticed this guy. Who is this guy? What the fuck is he doing? So yeah, not volume either. The third or the second spin-off will be around this guy. This strange character. Elusive figure. So yeah. So those are the spin-offs basically. And once the final spin-off is done, then I'll do another re-release, but that'll be a re-release of everything. So you can re-get all of that. And I'll do, and like, I will never need, like, there will never be a want for content. Because once I finish the spin-offs, I'll be releasing a compendium, which kind of explains everything. And all the background stuff, the work that went into making all the little pieces, the world building, things like that. Cites and citations of influences and inspirations. Screenplay pages that from the manuscript, things like that. Seems like you have it all generally thought out for the most part. There are little bits and pieces that are kind of fluid and open to change. But for the most part, I know where this story is going, and I know how to tie it all up for the most part. Some of what I'm doing right now is considering loose ends and how to tie them up. But for the most part, it's all there. You know, it just needs to be drawn. I've used all my years of screenwriting experience to kind of build a story. Seems like a multi-year plan. Is it ever too ambitious, do you think? I feel like right now it does feel very ambitious. It's definitely a multi-year plan, that's for sure. But I guess it's also very hard to gauge. So for me personally, I'm very invested in it. So I'm willing to spend the time to make it work. But it is definitely a big undertaking, that's for sure. So it will take time. And it's also why, like, I'm going to be dedicating more time to it as well. And then things outside of the comic will be dedicated to it as well, like more broadly. So next year I'm planning on doing more like Artist's Alley stuff. And more art-based like integration. Hello, Frosty. Ches. How you doing? How has your weekend been? Just talking about my multi-year plan to be Grey Mouse Inc. And how, like, in future I'm planning on expanding a lot more of the Grey Mouse Inc. stuff to further accommodate for the comic plan. And how big the comic is going to expand out, you know? Doing Oki. Cat had head wound. Oh yeah, I saw some pictures. Very, very big injury. Had to take it to the vet, yeah. Grey Mouse Inc. Exactly. You get it, Cap. You get it. It'll become like a brand, essentially. Brother getting incorporated. Yeah, well, I don't do any ink artwork anymore, so that ink actually seems more appropriate now. We'd love to see Grey Mouse expansion. Yeah, so next year my plan is to do a convention. And yeah, to do an Artist's Alley. To at the very least try it out. And from there, kind of just expanding out to digital ink art still counts. Well, in that case, I'm still Grey Mouse Ink then. In that case, I will never change too much. But, yeah. Looking at doing more of that stuff. And also a little bit more networking as well. At least in my city, if not a little bit further out. Just to build up that networking and ideally get some support. Give smooches. Yes. Gotta give the love to that sweet cat. Little soldier, as I said. As I told Nex. Poor little soldier injured in battle. Or was it a skateboarding accident? For poor little... don't want to dox the cat. But, you know who I mean. Artist Alley seems fun. It does. I'm keen. I may not have realized you were live. That's all good. I extended it out an hour just to make sure that you knew. So don't worry, Silent. How you doing, Silent? If it's in your city, I'll come support you. You. You absolute sweetheart. It won't be. You know how hard it is to freaking get from point A to point B in your city? Nightmare. I mean, that being said, if there was a con there, maybe. Wow. You know me. This isn't beyond the realms of my personality. But you also agree, surely. Surely you know your city is terrible to get around in. I've talked at length about this. Last time I was down, I was just whinging. Just being a big baby. Ooh, gotta draw a Pokemon. Hold on. Who coming to PAX Oz this year? That'll be me. I will be coming to PAX. I am a confirmed. Got my tickets. Booked my hotel. Just gotta book flights. Hell yeah. A city's like 4 straight roads and 1,000 roundabouts. Oh, a lot of roundabouts. Hold on, I gotta draw a Pokemon. Zygarde. Let's bring this back. See if we can do it in 8 minutes. I think we can do it in 8 minutes. I'd rather that than Hook Turn. Oh my god, no, yeah, Hook Turn's horrifying. 100%, I agree with you there. I hate Hook Turns. My dude, I'm sad that gigs won't be coming. I am too. I wish gigs was coming. That would be great. PAX was tempting, but I invested in some big stuff. That's also fair. Like, if you, like, it's a lot. For me, I'm using it as a bit of a holiday before my big holiday. Pokemon. If you release Volume 1, I will likely support you too. Aw, Smiley, sweetheart. Thank you. I do appreciate that. There's no need, like, if you, like, it's not a big thing, like, again, I don't do any of this for the money. I do it because I love doing the comic. But if you do want to support me, it does make a huge difference. And it helps. And pretty much all of my money that goes through subscriptions and through my coffee pretty much comes straight back around into either streaming or to the art for the comic. So I try my best to make it as circular of a system as possible. I try not to charge too much for my stickers or my merchandise, but yeah, it does make a huge difference to have that kind of support, which is also never, I never want to strongly encourage that either. Like, having people watch and having people chat in my streams and stuff like that has made a world of difference, and I couldn't possibly ask for more than that. Hook turns scare you, and I live in Melbourne. Yes, they are horrifyingly scary. Never driven in Melbourne or Sydney, but Mamma Mia scary. Exactly. Yes, it scares me. Now, let's try and get Zygarde done in 5 minutes. Can we do it? Can it be done? That's too broad of a brush. This big snake. Gonna do like the most rushed art style I could possibly do. The Greymask _ rushed style. I may have a reference up, but I'm really barely looking at it. Hold on. Okay, cool, my phone turned off, so no more reference. Gotta draw it all from memory. Come up with a new memory. It's a snake. There's milk tanks, tombstones. It's a cool Pokemon. From the picture, this Pokemon would have been right up my alley as a teenager if I played Pokemon. anymore. Which I don't. Because I'm not cool enough. Snakes don't have arms, so this is why this Pokemon is so dangerous, because it has one arm. It's got a little gun. This Pokemon's dangerous, guys. You should play Magic the Gathering with you. I'll play Magic the Gathering with you. I don't know how to play it, but I'll play it. Not even Pogo. It's way cooler than Pokemans. But how can it be cooler than Pokemans? This Pokemon's got a gun. He's armed, but only one arm. It's got muscular arm though. I don't know what a Pokemon is. Me either, man. I haven't played Pokemon since I was like in year 10. I've forgotten the name of this Pokemon. Zygarde. Pokemon Go? This Pokemon's in Pokemon Go? No way. Mythic spoiler? Hold on. New set for Magic looks so good. I know there's a Junji Ito Magic set. Oh, it's a Trojan virus. No, it's... Holy crap. That is cool. It's otters. These look like right up my alley. Mabel, Heir of Cragflame. There's some otter and mouse types. Early winter. Oh my god, it's me. It's me in this cute animal themed. Yeah, I like it. I know there was a Junji Ito themed one, but I think it was like so many dollars. Like it was very expensive from what I heard. I forgot to do that. Control C, Control V, Zygarde. That's what the Zygarde looks like compared to my Zygarde, which doesn't look like that. Not exactly. My dream. And this is like my whole, like, you know, like how some people will meet someone they are attracted to and imagine their wedding. I keep imagining meeting Junji Ito when I go to Japan. That's my dream. That's my marriage dream. It's meeting Junji Ito. Yeah, I think that was a secret layer drop, but damn, they look so good. They do look good. They're fantastic. I have the art book of one of Magic the Gathering's like artists. His name's Karl Kopinski, and he has a art book called The Big Kopinski. And I've got it. I love it. He made me a custom artwork, which I treasure to this day. Also, damn, that snake Pokemon's look so cool. It's a cool Pokemon. I like it. It's kind of edgy, and I like edgy designs. Thank you, Smiley. Great sketch. I did have the reference open for a little bit, but it still turned out good. And get married. I'd love to get married to Junji Ito. He seems like such a sweet man. You know, he's got an energy about him that's very, very sweet. So I like him a lot. But with that, I think we should probably raid. Oh, he's done so much cool work. Yeah, know his Warhammer work. Oh, you know Kapinsk. You know the Pinsk. That can't be his nickname. The Pinsk. Karl Kapinski's great. He's so cool. I am a big fan of his work, and he's such a lovely guy, just like Junji Ito. Look up yo cheese. Yes. Sorry, I looked at it and I read it as if it was like just a normal message. Like, I wrote that. Okay, who's live tonight? We got Nev, we got Galacticat, we got a crafty jellyfish, we got... Hold on, it's just art people. I'm gonna raid somebody I'm following. We got Shaggity, we got Lumen, he was just in stream. We got Tealful, we got... Oh, I think I was gonna raid Justice. So it's been a while since I've raided Justice Silverwing, so I think that's probably the go. Just because it's been a while since we've seen them. So, we'll pop in. Thank you, Suited. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here, Smiley. I mean, thank you all so much for being here, of course. It's really lovely to have you all here. You're all such lovely sorts. I've really enjoyed seeing you all, and it's really nice to be back to do a nice long stream and get some freaking work done. Am I right? Uh, so yeah, like thank you all so much. I'm gonna quickly jump to the end screen. Thank you so much for hosting this lovely place. Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure. Thank you so much for coming and being here. But with all that said, go be the rainbow in somebody else's day. Let's start this raid. It'll take a few seconds, so I can do my little outro. I will be back tomorrow with more of the comic. Let's see if we can get this whole page done tomorrow, because I think we can do it. I hope you believe as well, because I believe we can make it happen. So, until then, see you all later. Go be the rainbow in somebody else's day. And goodbye.